So we can kind of just take a look around the map. So some of the things that we're going to see whenever the players start to join into the server is this right here is actually a pretty powerful sniper rifle. It's a one-shot kill, doesn't matter where you put it, but this is only accessible on the map. Yep. And so you can't just pull it up into your inventory, set up to your primary weapon, be a recon class, and be able to utilize this weapon. It's actually only going to be available on this map. And we'll start to see some of those things happen in some of the other maps as well. It's just going to be very map specific. So let's go ahead and take another look at it. This is also another weapon that we're going to see that is also available. This weapon allows you to just basically blow through walls. I mean, you're just running and gunning. You can basically demolish whatever you want to. This will be the quickest way to take care of the job.
Yeah, and again, like this is something that, you know, to me, as someone who's played Battlefield, it's new to me, you know, just like finding new weapons on the maps. Like, because whenever I play, I kind of just like hop in there and I just beat people up, you know, do my thing. But now it's like I have more tools to do my thing with. It's awesome. I'm excited about it. And of course, you can take a look here at the A conquest point right now, and just the overall zoom out of the map there. I mean, it looks amazing. I mean, really, if you take a moment to just look at the sights, the visuals will not disappoint you by any means.
Yeah, so just kind of allowing those of you that really just care about map layouts, of course. So let's go ahead and just get over here real quick. Again, we have complete control now, so we can show whatever we want to.
That's
so this is the Russian spawn area, the main base, and then of course we can go over here and see that a lot of things though too is you can see that these islands, as soon as the players start to join in, they'll start to populate. But you'll see these amphibious vehicles that will make their way over here to the barracks. This is one of the main key points here. Again, just the B flag there over at the A point, where the dockyard is. Something also to kind of be ready for and prepared for is going to be here at the C point, here at the Firebase Island, and so this is a really nice mansion that we have set up here at the C point. But one of the things that you really need to be looking out for is what's out here in the ocean, which actually, you know, and most times it looks as if it's just a part of the environment. It just looks like it's out there in the distance, but it really becomes a part of the game later on. And we'll wait for that moment to happen, and we'll kind of dissect what's going on at that point.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool little, I guess, gifts with that, you know, because again, when we do get to that point, you'll actually see how it impacts the map more than just it being a cool effect. There you can actually see E, which is a shipwreck.
For a team.
Yeah, we tried hard, and we do notice the fact that there are many people out there who want to either do infantry only or they want to play as a lone wolf, and we hate to dictate to the player how to play Battlefield. If you want a small mode, you want the beauty of classes, customization, destruction, go at it. But if you want the team play factor, we've upped our game. We included now 5 players in the squad. We have the field upgrade system, which allow the squad to choose their individual unlock career. You can choose kind of the defensive path, and there you have 4 different levels of unlocks that will up your game. And then as you work as a squad, you start building up your score and you unlock these tiers. But if you get wiped as a squad, if you're all in one helicopter and get shot down, your progress bar will go down. So it's working together as a team for the best of the game.
For those of you that are wondering what we're talking about, the field upgrades, it's going to be in your bottom left-hand side of your screen, and each individual player can select their own field upgrades that they would like. So far, we have the defaults for each of the classes is going to be an offensive and a defensive, and then we're seeing some very specific types as well, field upgrades for each one of the, whether it's recon or assault or.
So you can unlock more, and it's really to allow you to find kind of what suits you best. So we don't dictate for a whole squad how they're supposed to play. So while being individualist, you can still be a team player.
So how do you build up in your progress bar down here?
So by performing team actions and working as a squad, you start seeing you have squad score, and these build up to this progress. And the progress is individual, so if you do decide to leave a squad and go to another, you keep the progress on your bar.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So one of the things that you'd mentioned is if your entire squad has been taken out, you go down. Is that just like one level, or is that?
We've looked at taking you down one step, to be honest. While I stand here and enjoy myself and watch beautiful gamers game, the team is hard at work defining those the last tweaks and tunes to find the balance, since this game is supposed to be played for many years, and you really want to nail that fine balance. So exactly how much is still to be defined.
This is one of the things that I was looking out for is the assault classes having the defibrillators. I'm happy to finally see it. I know that it was going to be a part of the game, but I'm happy to finally get the chance to see them being brought out. Is having to work so hard on the creative aspects of it, just the idea, where you're going with it, the design. Is there anything that you really like as a player, as just someone that just playing Battlefield?
Yeah, to me, I mean, I'm in a fortunate position. For 14 years, I've been building the game that I love to play. So I think a lot of my taste in gaming has colored the game and its evolution. So for me, the beauty of just stepping back at the whole franchise is that I can choose how to play. On my good days, when I surprise myself and actually kill people, I can enjoy a good team deathmatch, while I can truly enjoy a big, large conquest game or obliteration. Lots of vehicles. I don't even kill people, I just perform team actions. And what I really feel, I mean, with Paracel Storm, with the new obliteration mode, is that the pieces are falling into place, It's the team play and, to be honest, the joy and fun. On the surface, it seems very serious. The joy and fun that gets brought out by the team play perspective of trying to bring a bomb to the other team's home base, together with the storm that starts building up, together with the vehicle gameplay. I think we're building something that people haven't really seen before. And I mean, we're going to bring this to the next generation of consoles as well. 64 players, 60 FPS. So I think it's a huge step forward for the Battlefield franchise and all.
I'm looking forward to the actual release and also seeing it just in beta process, the open beta.
Yeah.
It's going to be just great to watch how players create a new metagame for each individual map, each type of game type, whether and also, like you said, obliteration, and seeing how the game is really going to be that tug of war.
Yeah.
I mean, across the map. I mean, so for those that are kind of curious, we'll actually take some time tomorrow to look at obliteration and see the map layouts and how there's 3 different points on both sides, Russian and the Chinese, and then there's going to be a bomb that you're basically trying to pick up and take it to an MCOM point.
Exactly, and it's it's an area, general area where it can spawn, but it's always in a random place, so it can't be that predictable.
That's great. It's just the thought process that goes into it, and just seeing how dynamic these games really can be. I mean, it's a marketing term, but in all honesty, it's very true that no game is alike. No single game is going to be like anything else. I mean, watching all the different types of evolution that come into play.
Yeah, and many times I think when we talk about the game, it's easy to make it sound like it's a marketing pitch or anything, but to be honest, what we've done since the very first prototype is play it on a daily basis, and we still do. And as we do it, we build from the crosshair and out. If running, gunning, shooting isn't fun, then the rest doesn't matter. And then we add on top, we upped kind of your customization. You can customize your side-on. We added lots of little things, like we talked about diving, sprinting on ladders, sprinting in water. Lots of little things, but all of these things often don't get any attention, since you talk about levolution or destruction and so on. But I think that once you start getting in there and seeing what's under the big names, it's truly a new Battlefield that we're trying to refine in all the areas that we feel need to take a new direction, or we got a clear direction from the community that they want to see fixed.
Let the viewers see at home exactly who's currently winning. Of course, Daniel Matrosa, that we've worked with there at E3, just did an impressive job with the spectator mode. I come from a competitive gaming background, a lot of shoutcasting, and just seeing what Daniel's done so far with the UI. I say so far, what it is right now is a total package as is, and I know that he's still fine-tuning and making those small tweaks.
Yeah, we get a lot of feedback, and we try to, we showed it at E3 and we're showing it here, and get a lot of feedback, and it's been a very positive feedback. So I'm extremely proud to finally get it in there. We've had endless questions around it, and I understand the community. It's something that should have been in there for a long time, and finally it's there. And overall, I think that the Battlefield really lends itself to competitive gaming. We're all always trying to cater for individualists, but packaging it with a layer of team play. And now to be able to bring it to the world with the broadcasting possibilities is a huge step forward.
I think it's just a great component. It works for me. I mean, it's one of my things, my bread and butter. But also, let's just kind of talk about. You mentioned some of the attachments, some of the additional things that are being added as we're talking right now. I've had the chance to see that. Not only E3, we discussed about the canted iron sight. I think that's one of the greatest elements that has been brought out in any game, just in terms of having the ability, because that's one of my biggest frustrations, is I'm running with my gun at my side, and then whenever I really want to make a decent shot, I scope in, but it's close quarters, and I can't. That battle's just so difficult for me.
Yeah.
So.
No, I agree. It's a lot of little things, and for us, having made Battlefield for such a long time, it's sometimes hard to find a balance between what some people would consider extreme hardcore features, but we try to go at them and see what does this bring to every type of gamer. So whether you're hardcore or not, this makes a difference, and it's up to you to choose kind of how you want to play the Battlefield. And with the new test range we're putting in there to allow you to go in and try out things before you go on the battlefield, to finally get to learn how to master a helicopter or a plane or try out the tanks. I think that will also let people get acquainted before they go out and try to master opponents on the battlefield.
So you have communities out there on Reddit, even on your own Battlelog forums, just all across. How often do you listen to the community?
I would say constantly. I mean, I know that I'm not that visible on forums and so on,
right.
And I do apologize for that sincerely. But Battlefield has gone so big and the teams are so big. But I have a lot of good people who help me just scan the forums, bring up the hot topics, what are the areas that we need to improve, and constantly listening to the community, since even though we have a lot of new initiatives with Battlefield 4 and kind of how do we take it to the next kind of interesting gameplay perspective, there's also, as mentioned, a lot of things that are purely kind of direct feedback from the community.
I think one of the key things to talk about too is whenever giving feedback, because a lot of gamers have input. They like to say something.
Yeah.
The issue is that there's no content behind it. There's no reason why. I think one of the things that I always like to mention to anybody that's in a community, whenever you have a concern, when you think there's something that's broken or needs fixing or an upgrade, to always have an explanation of why.
Yeah.
And then even if you can, then give how do you do it? What's the approach to it? I think those three things are usually good for the community.
I mean, there's a lot of great community people out there who arrange lists, who post videos of things they've noticed, which is super easy for us to pick up and evaluate and see what we can do about it. And trust me, I mean, we're doing everything we can to constantly be on top of things.